There's a place at the end of the road.
2018 GSL Season 3 Ro.4. 2018 GSL Season 3. This is Ro.4.
What's up, everybody? It's time for another day of the GSL. We're almost to the finals.
Yes, very close to it now.
That's right. TY waiting up there to face off against the winner of this match.
Yeah, and of course, this is a rematch from the finals of last season,
Yes.
where Maru went 4-0 against Zest, who, by the way, to get to that finals had defeated TY 4-3.
Right.
Who now awaits in the finals, so a lot of the same old faces, but not the same old stories, is it, Tasteless?
It is not. I'm curious to see how Zest is going to approach this because Zest, I think, overall is a player who's not as strong in the late game. When you compare him to somebody like Maru.
How dare you?
I did it. I said it. It's out there.
It's true, too.
I cannot take it back, but it's definitely true. Zest is an excellent player. He's at times been the best Protoss in Legacy of the Void, but that was in the early days of Legacy of the Void, where we've had Legacy for some time now. And it seems like, especially with the Adept and a few of the other new features in Legacy, he really had wrapped his head around it pretty perfectly. But mechanically in late game, it just seems like Maru's better. So has Zest improved on his macro, or does he intend to play around a late game situation here against Maru? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, Tasteless, I think this is going to be a pretty fast series, to be honest.
Yeah, well, I think even if Zest wins, it's going to be a fast series.
Yeah, either way, I think the games themselves just aren't going to go on too long unless it's because they both crippled each other so badly. But look, I think it's going to be a fun one. There's almost no doubt in my mind it's going to be better than the finals last season, right?
Oh, yeah.
I think about 10 minutes into game one, we're going to have a closer series than the finals was. So,
well, I'll tell you what. I think it's either going to be one of two things. It's going to be very, very close, or Maru is going to smash through this.
So you don't think there's any chance for Zest to smash
네,
there?
조성주
I don't think so.
선수와
We're
주성우
going to go to
선수
the interview
지난
now.
시즌 2 결승
Get some
무대의
thoughts from our players, and then we're going to start
주인공입니다.
this
가장
best
먼저
of seven.
조성주 선수인데요. 아시안 게임 직후 컨디션 난조에도 불구하고 3연속 4강에
So, at the Asia
성공했습니다.
Games,
오늘은 컨디션 회복하셨나요?
Maru had a great performance, but he got a little sick when he came back. How are you feeling now, Maru?
아직은 회복이 아직
I
안
haven't really
됐다
taken a break yet since the
말씀하셨습니다.
Asian Games.
자, 다른 쪽에
So I'm
있는
still
전태양
recovering.
선수의 4강 프로토스전을 보고 배워오겠다 이야기를 했는데요. 소득이 있었나요?
솔직히 배울 점이 많을 줄 알았는데 전진 배럭에서 다 이기더라고요.
You said you're going to show us some awesome TVPs
배울
here.
점 없었던 것 같아요.
네,
Did you learn it all from
원투니까
TY's play, by the
걱정이
way,
없다.
watching that? He said, well, all he does is proxy, so there wasn't much to learn from that.
전진 배럭이다 보니까
아.
그냥 똑같았던 것 같아요.
테란이 다 할 수
He said
있었던
any Terran can do the
거였나요?
stuff that
자,
TY did.
이번에는 2연속 4강의 주성우 선수입니다.
I know, right?
올해 테란전 승률이 14승
It's 2
1패로
consecutive semifinals for our player to my left. It's
그
Zest.
1패가 조성주라는 점 역시 무시할 수 없는데요. 복수할 준비 잘 되셨어요?
He had only one loss before, and that was Maru, who beat him previously.
근데
How are you feeling?
정긴 변형을
Yeah, I prepared really well.
알아도 이게 맞춤이 없어가지고 그게 좀 걱정인 것 같아요.
그래도
I know that
준비를 안 할
proxy
수는
is pretty popular
없었으니까
with Terran.
굉장히 중요하게
And it seems like even if you know it's coming, it's hard to counter.
일단 연습은 일단
Who did you practice with?
신영 선수랑
네.
그리고 고병재 선수랑
I practiced
네.
with Innovation, Gumiho.
그 선수들이
Beyond.
전진 변경 잘 해주던가요?
Wow.
네, 짜증나게 잘
Did they
하더라고요.
proxy you a lot in those games?
짜증이 좀
Yeah, they
나게
did it a lot.
그
And they're very good
정도면
at it.
연습으로선 충분했을 것 같습니다. 자, 두 선수가 한 시즌 만에 7전 4선승제로 다시 만났습니다. 팬분들이 다시 한번
So you're
4대0
crossing
우승을
paths
기원하고
again.
있어요. 이거에 대해서 하실 말씀이 있으세요?
After the previous season,
저번에는
The
제가
score was
빌드를
4-0. What's it
잘
gonna be this
짜온 것
time?
같아서 그런 결과가 나온 것 같은데
So last time,
이번에는 솔직히
I
자신이
prepared
없어가지고
very well. I was well equipped for a long series. I feel like this time
상대가 이기게
I have a little bit less confidence. I've been so busy, so I hope I can win. And what about you,
저번
Zest?
결승에서도 뭐 자신이 별로 없다고 그랬는데
I think Maru's saying the same stuff
이번에
He said that in the previous interview for the finals. And then as soon as we get in the games, it's a different story. So I'm not going to drop my guard this
누가
time.
승리를 하든 공허의 유산 최다 결승 진출 기록을 갖게 되는데요. 과연 어떤
Whoever
선수가
wins
지금
today
하게 될까요? 서로에게 마지막 한마디
is
해보도록
going to set
하겠습니다.
a new record.
가장 먼저
But first, before we go to into this game, anything you want to say to each other? You first, Maru.
재밌는 경기 했으면 좋겠습니다.
Let's have fun
재밌는
matches.
전진병영 하겠다고 하는 것
Wow.
같은데 대답해
Wow.
주시죠.
Anything you want to say?
몇 번이나 나올지 모르겠는데 좀 저한테 좀 행운이
I don't know how many times he's going to try to proxy me.
네, 과연
Hopefully luck
어떤
is on my
선수가
side.
이 결승에 올라가게
Okay,
될까요?
that does it for our
이 두 번째 경기
interview.
시작하겠습니다.
Guys, tell your friends to join us. This is going to be an absolutely kick-ass day.
진짜 이걸
Shadows are coming, windows are closing, we're all alone.
Seoul, Korea. Freak Out Studio Live. This is Rock Shear.
Is it though? All right, we are moments away from starting this match. Again, this is a best of 7. TY is in the finals. I think no matter who wins this, we've got a great finals.
Yeah, absolutely.
I-
Both matches are very exciting. For the finals.
TY is always fun to watch in a best of 7, but with these two, again, I've said it before, but I want to reiterate it one more time. I think this is either going to be very close with either player coming out on top, or Maru is going to smash through here.
Okay.
Zest had to do some real. He's going to have to do some real improving if he's going to beat Maru, because Maru really is the full gamut.
Well, it's impossible to
picture.
imagine Maru getting 4-0'd or 4-1'd by anybody.
Yeah.
Just because he's been completely dominant this year. Literally won both other GSLs, won WESG, and has just looked in top form. He's lost almost no matches. Like stats beat him in GSL versus the World. Stats,
Right.
of course, used.
That was a big surprise, by the way.
Well, he used the right type of play against Maru. Against Maru, you actually need Colossus tech. I was talking about that a lot before the finals with Zest. That's why I thought he could do well, and then he just kind of was not doing that, right? You can't out micro Maru, right? You can't just go for gateway units and try to kill this guy who's got the best micro and decision making out there. So hopefully Zest is either extremely cheesy today or is going to bring some more Robotech into it.
Yeah, let's see what he does. Proxying has been a big theme with Terrans lately, but especially in Terran versus Protoss. It seems like our initial understanding of, I guess, the fundamentals of a proxy rush are not the case anymore. We used to think a proxy rush was very risky, and if you knew about it, you could just stop it. Now it seems like the Terrans have developed proxying into such a complex series of attacks with a lot of different options and ways to carry out the games that Protoss can know that the proxy's happening and still not be confident.
Yeah, it's it can be very hard to play against correctly because you don't know, is this like a macro proxy? Those things exist where you just like proxy racks for a Reaper and then go into a factory and command center. If you're over countering that, you're going to be in trouble. And likewise, if you're trying to get your quick nexus and they're reactoring out cyclones near you, you're going to die. So it's pretty tricky for sure.
Our game is loading up, guys. This is going to be sick. Good luck to both players. Maru versus Zest. Game 1 is on.
Fight!
Okay, wait for it. All right, so this is Okay, so he's gonna. I'm glad that actually we were right about the proxy.
This is just getting too funny, man.
Yeah, we don't even really do the player intros anymore because.
But Zest is actually going to do a forward gateway. Look at that.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's going to forge expand. That would be amazing.
That's right. He thinks it's Brood War, and he's against a Zerg.
So a forward gateway here. This means that he wants to go aggressive, probably. And look at this. He's going to send it right to where the proxy is, maybe.
Okay, hold on. We don't know the rally path just yet. Oh,
jeez.
He's not going to look.
The randomization of proxies is getting pretty real. Look at how hard he's looking for this. The
so
most
funny
brutal thing is when you look this hard and then you don't find it.
Yeah, and you're like, oh crap,
because he looked really hard and he sent this probe early. If he had sent it directly to the main, he'd know so much quicker, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's funny because the probe does eventually want to check in there and just see, okay, am I wrong? Is the barracks missing? But then to get over there and realize, okay, it's not where I saw it at all. So.
And there
you know. Now you know.
Scout off. Look at all this stuff on the low ground, man. That's
this is 2018 Artosis. We don't make things in our base anymore. This is the new meta.
Well, why would anything...
Why would you make it in your base when you could make it right outside of their base?
It sounds stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we just wait and see what type of play this is going to be. Because it's a Reaper, it's probably the factory at home. It might be a proxy starport, though. That's definitely a possibility. He's got plenty of time to decide that.
Yeah, this is what makes this this style so tricky. Is first of all, you don't know the location of it. And then, of course, there's so many different types of proxies that you can do. So I think you're probably right. I think it could be a starport hidden out here.
Well, this is...
Well, hold on. No, the SCV just came in there to scout, so there's nothing out on the map that can make that starport.
Yeah, this is interesting as well, right? Because he didn't make a Zealot. Common knowledge, I guess you would call it, is if you're getting proxy racks, you get a Zealot because this Reaper comes in and will get multiple probes. But I think because Maru's so good at micro, that might be why Zest skipped the Zealot and instead just went up to an Adept. So he didn't actually take that much damage. He lost some mining time and all that, but this was an acceptable defense for sure.
Okay, this is already looking kind of funny. We got Protoss with a Robo on the low ground here.
Yeah, I don't even... what am I looking at?
Yeah, this is one of the trickier things to cast here. Terran is going to try to develop into a more standard game here. The probe's going to be taken out. We'll have a command center landing on the low ground shortly here. We're still waiting to see if Protoss is going to expand. I'm wary to call anything in advance in these proxy games because we don't really... We're still sort of unpacking the style of play.
Yeah.
It's funny because initially we saw Maru proxy and we thought, well, that's kind of, pretty smart because nobody would guess that you proxy that many times. Now I'm sitting here thinking, oh, I think you can even tell them he's proxying and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you can almost assume that it's occurring.
Yeah.
Probably going to breathe a sigh of relief if the barracks is in the main base at this point. But this has already been really tricky. Obviously, we see the command centers quite a bit quicker than the Nexus, but not so much that it should impact the outcome of the game necessarily. Looks like a big Widow Mine drop coming in. And the units that Zest has out right now are not like the quickest at killing Widow Mines, right?
I just want to point out, we never really get to see Reapers and Immortals fight each other. Can we just appreciate this moment?
Yeah, that's kind of nice, isn't it? Huh. Normally it's not just one Immortal holding down the front against two Reapers, for sure. That's not what was envisioned when these units were created.
Yeah, what we're looking at right now, this looks like the back box art, You know when you're buying an RTS game and you look on the back of the box, see what it looks like, and it's a bunch of units that never were actually used in fights? It's like multiplayer games never look like that.
He's almost got one of each
Well, that's what
unit.
this looks like right here. It's like, look at that. There's two Reapers attacking an Immortal, and there's a Robo on low ground.
Well, Zest right now has grouped his units together. The Reaper's putting on a lot of pressure. He's trying to draw units down. He's still going to go in for it, despite the fact that Zest did not go down the ramp.
Okay, he's unloading. He's going to put these mines down there. The probes have been evacuated. And this, I think, could not have been handled better by Zest, honestly.
Yeah, that was totally
basically
reasonable.
perfect.
But just the fact that 3 of them get back into the medevac and it starts to boost out of here, like, that was still good by Maru, It caused lost mining time. You get 3 probes. You only lose 1 mine, and you get out with everything else. That's fantastic.
So, looping back out. Those Widow Mines can be used later on. Let's see what he decides to do with that. I like the way Maru's approaching this, but I think Zest it's kind of been a role switch here. He's been a super reactive player this whole game, which I guess you kind of have to be, right, if it's a proxy game. But I don't normally think of Zest as the reaction guy.
Yeah.
That's more like a stats, right? someone who just wants to play a standard game and get all the proper tech units out and then win in the long run.
I would say early game, he's a bit reactive just because he's like a timing guy, right? He'll have like maximal units in the mid game or something like that and then hit you with that. So he's got to be good at this early defense as well, and he's shown strong defense so far. You look at the Probe versus SCV count, though, and you start to become worried for our Protoss player. You know, 38 to 37, a lot of times the Protoss is going to be ahead in workers against Terran.
So we have 2 Banshees coming in here from the north. I'm actually not clear. Where are the observers?
He has one sieged over his main Nexus. I'm not sure if there's one at the natural right now.
He's about to be hit from 2 different angles here. There's
one
the observer.
both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he could, in theory, be fine if he controls this really well.
Yeah, this is kind of funny because 2 Banshees, 1 shot probe, so that still kills 3 very quickly.
Yeah. He did not budge with the medevac down there in the main, even though it looks like that might have actually paid off.
Now look at this. Zest is going to try to bludgeon his way to a victory here, I think. He's adding 5 gates, charge, +1 armor, and a prism. So when you see this many gates added and he's on 2 bases, the one thing that doesn't line up perfectly is that +1 armor, but everything else really makes me think that he's going for an attack.
Yeah, this is kind of funny. They're both kind of getting ready to get in each other's faces. I'm not surprised by this from Zest. Hold up. Here comes this Widow Mine drop. It's unloading. Probes are being pulled. And I gotta say, again, basically a perfect pull. Now, can he get the medevac? It's looking
Ooh!
Okay, takes that out.
All right.
That's a big win there for Zest.
Yeah, here come the Banshees, though. Maru's not done. Those Stalkers are slightly out of position. Oh, okay, I'll kill some more probes, then. Thank you. God, he's so on top of everything.
Yeah. Well, these little pokes in, these little jabs, even though Zest is, you can already see by the arrangement in his base, he's prepared for it. He even has the observers to spot. It's still doing a lot of damage. Maru's execution is so clean.
Just look at where they're both at. Zest has played defensively the entire game, had a good idea of what Maru was going to do anyways. It's 37 workers to 52. Maru with a bigger and better army, more upgrades finishing. Like, Zest is so far behind right now, Tasteless.
Yeah, well, also...
And he's on gateway tech, which isn't going to do anything.
I think that when he came in there with that medevac and saw how many gateways were there, I think he looks at that and says, I'm just going to stay back a little bit longer here. You're on gateway tech?
Yeah.
That's not going to last you in the big picture. You need way more sophisticated tech than that to go into late game.
If you don't have splash damage and Maru has an advantage like this, the odds of you holding on are becoming very, very
stim
low.
units are just going to kill everything.
Yeah.
Now, we're having an unusual situation where both armies just fight in the middle of the map when 2 base versus 2 base, which is not like usually a thing, right? Usually one guy's turtled up, the other one's going to try to attack in. Now the War Prism drops come over here. Nice force field. That's going to buy Zest a little bit of time. And here comes a big warping into the main.
Okay, this is a really fantastic move. He's got 6 charge lots warping in there. He had some at the natural, getting some damage done finally. This is a scary army he's going up against.
Okay, he's coming in here now. There's so many Marines and Marauders here, and you can see as the retreat starts here for Zest, the Immortal's going to be taken out. Now the Zealots are still doing damage in the main, but I'm worried that this might be too much back here from Maru, where Zest can't stop his base from being crushed.
Man, the Raven making a huge difference as well.
Yep, that's it, GG.
Well,
Funny game.
That was, like, Zest was doing damage to Maru at the end, but that was a very one-sided game.
Yeah.
It really was. Like, Maru made his dominance known there. He was even or up in workers for basically the entire game. And in an even PvT, what we used to consider an even PvT, you would just be up in workers against Terran. It's like a very easy metric to look at and see who's winning or who's losing or if the game looks normal, right?
You can see Zest here really thinking about that game back there. Again, this has been a theme lately in Protoss vs. Terran where the Terrans are hiding stuff on the map. The Protoss has to get a good read, and a lot of times can't if they don't spot the proxy. And there's so many different directions it can go. Proxy does not mean an all-in anymore.
No, it does not. I almost feel like it's time either to start just going completely all-in, play like your Haas, or go like one Stargate Phoenix in your, one base Phoenix in your main base. Like, set your build for that. You don't need to scout him. You know what he's doing. There's buildings near you.
Game 2 is going to be played on Acid Plant. Again, Maru versus Zest. Maru right now with a 1-0 lead.
Fight!
No SCV on the map.
That's the ultimate miner.
Jin Air Green Wings. Maru. Zest.
So this will be the most interesting thing to see is, what is Maru going to do this game? Is he going to play like a very standard build order? Could that be?
I mean, why not?
Zest is not scouting for proxies, by the way.
Well, what he's doing is he's just making a beeline right over here. And if he doesn't see, because if you remember last game, he looked around a little bit, didn't see anything, then scouted in the main to see the lack of barracks.
Yeah.
I think what he wants to do is just come out here right away, maybe approaching this if there were to be a proxy in a different way. But when the probe goes up this ramp, he gets confirmation that there is, at least so far, this is a pretty ordinary looking game.
Yeah, this game looks like it's just going to be a very fast command center coming out of Maru. And he's already gone for like his low ground gateway. And a lot of times this does point towards some very quick pressure coming out of Protoss. So let's see what he can get done here against Maru. Now that maybe he can be a little bit aggressive against him.
Yeah, it's also going to be a pretty good test of where is Zest at in a more standard Terran versus Protoss. Like, how does he actually look during that? Because I feel like a lot of what happened in that previous game was, you know, him trying to play off of instinct. And I actually liked the idea of going mass gateway and then trying to come in there and attack. In the hopes that Maru would be taking a third base and you could just sort of overwhelm him. But Maru just played that so perfectly.
Look at that little hidden probe right there. Popping right up. The Reaper going to have to turn around. He was hoping the Reaper was not going to turn around and you could get the SCV. I mean, that was a great scout, though. Great scout. Has to be feeling
It's
good.
something. That's what Zest needs right now.
Sure. So, right now an Adept is making its way over. Got to be a little bit cautious about this, right? Because Maru going for a Reaper into Reactor doesn't really have a whole lot down here. That SCV's already been damaged, so it actually just stops building and runs away.
This is really nicely done here by Zest. Oh!
This is...
He can actually get up there and kill the SCV now.
Yeah, that's really nice. Locks him in.
Yeah. I think Zest is probably going to be fine with that, and he's even going to be able to shade out here.
Yeah.
This is actually a really good start here.
It really is. See, this is more of a start that you would want, obviously, right? He went for the core before the Nexus, and it just kind of helps you to do little moves like this. So he does have a robo on the way. He gets full scouting intel. He slows down the command center.
Nice save. Even brings it back home.
All right. Well, that's definitely worth 50 energy.
Yeah. So we still have the theme of proxy here. I don't know if hold on. I was about to say I'm not sure if Zest could have already gotten a read because that Adept was in the base. He might be saying you're missing a starport, or you would have had another building. So he might suspect what's happening here. But he's coming out on the map. Seems like what he really wanted to do was try to deny that that command center from making. But now he's got these stalkers out on the map. Now a drop into his main base could actually really hurt him. There's a sentry going across the map, which is not something you see all the time. Now, keep in mind, Protoss just used recall here.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point you make.
This could be really bad.
He's done a bit of a full wall, but he's about to get a warping round as well. So that could help him out here.
Okay, here we go. The Hellions been dropped inside the main base.
God.
And there's just not very much to defend.
No, there's really not.
Oh, my God. Okay, 10 workers killed off. This really allows you to appreciate how slow stalkers are when they shoot.
Yeah. Zest doing a little bit of harassment damage over there, but the amount of probes he's losing more than makes up for it for Maru. It's funny because Zest has had a good start to this game. He put on some really nice pressures, got a few SCVs. Those are openings that, you know, a few months ago maybe we're more used to, you know, being good quality openings.
Hold on.
But look at this.
Is there enough back at home right now here for Maru? He did a lot of damage to the economy here of Zest, but he's going to try to actually push up the ramp here. The depot's getting so low. Okay, he backs up. Oh, this is becoming a pretty scrappy game.
Yeah, it really is.
I think it's probably in Zest's best interest to try to just bust this down as quickly as possible.
Well, he can't win a long game at this point.
He's lost too many workers, so he's got to go all in on this attack here. The SCV is just barely keeping this depot alive.
Oh my God. And he starts to pop some stalkers as well. It finally utilizes that force field, but that means no more energy on the sentry.
Yeah, meanwhile, back at home, this has become a slugfest of a game here. I think there might be too many Cyclones up here.
Yeah, that's it. I think Zest's just going to have to GG from here.
Damn. Okay, GG.
Well, so
That's
if
bad
he proxies or he just plays normal, well, I guess, there was a proxy starport there as well. But the Hellion drop doing great work. Zest seemed to have a strong opening. Things were starting to go his way a little bit until those Hellions got into his main base and just slaughtered him.
Man, Maru looks so strong. I liked the way Zest was handling that game, but it seemed like he really, once he had that momentum, he wanted to keep that going to the point where he had a blind spot in his defense. Yeah,
Sometimes you do have to take a risk to try to beat someone like Maru. But right now, Zest, what is this, 0-6 right now against Maru?
Yeah.
This is not looking good for our Protoss player.
We are going to a break. When we come back, game number 3 here, Maru versus Zest. Stick around.
Yeah, I was born in the rain. Empty habits leading to the selfish havoc. I'm lonely in my own bones. You're unweaving where you stand. Stitch me into all your plans, just like a cherry stone. Temporary fleeting thrills keep me bruised and make me ill. My skin has lavender tones. Tell me I'm a loaded gun. Tie me up and come undone. I could cover it up. 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 I know I'm not on death, but I just float in it. I'm trying to do my best. I'm picking fights with it. I wanna be upset. You're not alright with it. I could cover it up. I could cover it. I'm trying to speak my mind. Wish it was by design. And I can only confess to having doubts with it. Don't wanna feel regret. I'm not alright with it. I could cover it up. I could cover it. Spending time with or without you, cutting corners just to get you out of my goddamn mind. Keep your words from where they're brewing. I want something worth pursuing. Still letting you curl my spine. Temporary fleeting thrills keep me bruised and make me ill. My lonely lavender bones tell me how to earth the fine. Tell me
I dreamt about you crying last night. I woke up next to someone else. I saw things in a different light. I saw that you were not yourself. Wasting time with you. I wonder if I held my breath. Would you see my lips turn blue? Without me, you have nothing left. you're dragging me.
You gotta turn it all around. Whenever it breaks, whenever it dies, I'll never let it take you down with all of your strength. Just stand up tonight. You know I'll never count you out. Whatever, whatever the fight, whatever the price, whatever the fight, whatever. When you find yourself on the one-way track, whatever the price, I'll leave the light on, whatever leads you back, whatever.
아프리카 TV에는 당신이 아는 것보다 다양한 인종이 살고 있죠. 말 많은 인종, 발 빠른 인종, 잘 먹는 인종, 영리한 인종, 친절한 인종까지. 모든 게 컨텐츠가 되고 누구나 주인공이 되는 세상. 알고 보면 멋진 세상.
Are you free? Africa TV.
What's up, guys? We're back. This is the GSL semifinals, and right now it's a 2-0 lead here for Maru, and I am a little bit afraid it could be a 4-0 very quickly.
Yeah, it's starting to look like that. Maru is opening how he wants, and you'll think that Zest is doing all right. And then Maru starts to kill all of his probes.
You know, you ever seen like a video of someone standing in half court?
Yeah.
And they're holding a basketball, and they're looking at the camera, and they go like that, and then it goes in the hoop behind them? That's what this series is starting to look like. And Zest is the basketball.
He's being thrown through the hoop, one-handed backwards from half court.
Yes. By the way, to those of you in the studio, hang on to your tickets. We do have giveaways at the end of the show, which hopefully is not coming too soon. I do want to have a close series.
Yeah, that would be nice to have this one go a little bit longer. But let's see if Zest can battle back now. Our next map is going to be Dreamcatcher. Maru looking for his third consecutive Codes finals. Not that that's impressive. What's impressive is he might win all three. Three in a row, though? Sue does that all the time. Sue might be doing that right now. Who's in the finals again waiting for Maru?
I don't think it's Sue.
Oh, okay, so not this time, but generally speaking.
Generally speaking, yes.
He's somewhere around 3 in a row at any given moment. Throw a dart at a calendar wheel, Tasus, and you're going to find...
Calendar wheel?
A calendar wheel. It's a wheel with all the different dates of GSL so far, and you just spin it and throw a dart, and you're probably hitting a GSL finals where Sue was 3 in a row. Okay, so that's not what I'm impressed about.
Trick shot a pool ball onto a calendar wheel, and you'll you'll basically have that result. Map 3, guys, Dreamcatcher. Our game's loaded up. Maru versus Zest, a fight to get to the GSL Codes finals. Wow, he is just the Daniel Day-Lewis of proxies.
Okay, so
you know how good he is at acting.
Not as good as Maru is at
Not
proxies.
as good as Maru is at making buildings in the middle of the map.
Here's. I want to hear what you think about this. Right?
Go ahead.
I have an idea to fix StarCraft 2. Okay. I think that there should be Terran creep. It doesn't make your stuff. It doesn't make your stuff move faster, but you have to build your buildings on it, and it's around your command center.
There's just this slime on the ground. People are like, "Why do the humans have to make that on the ground?" It's
Blizzard, get back to me on that.
Yeah.
Okay. If you need help implementing it, I'll let you know.
We can have it. We give the Terran the creep, and then we make it so that the Zergs can make anything anywhere on the map.
Yeah,
we'd have all these crazy Ling spine crawler rushes right out there.
Oh, wait, you're going to make spine crawlers out there? I guess that would be pretty good, but...
Yeah.
That would be pretty scary, actually.
It would be. Yeah. People would be doing some cool stuff.
We got to build a pylon first.
Yeah.
All the units suck, so you can't
We need to make it so that the Zerg buildings can fly is what we need to do.
I think all the buildings should be able to lift off.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Just a 50 cannons floating into your base. Haas becomes a macro player.
So, you're funny. So, cybernetic score on the way now.
Yeah, he got that down before the Nexus, so it's another one of these ones where you're going to be able to get out your Adept very quickly. You can do some pressure and harass. He scouted that this is a proxy, so I guess one of the nice things is he will get his Adept out very quickly. And, you know, just having the core a little bit quicker is going to help you out a lot. He's going for a Stalker, which is fine as well. It looks like this will probably end up being a Marauder Cyclone Rush. Probably like Concussive Shell Marauders plus Cyclones plus some SCVs coming out to repair. That's something TY kind of invented in a way. Used it at a high level.
Now keep in mind, guys, you can know there's a proxy, but still not know what kind of attack it's going to be. That's what's making this so strong for Terrence here.
Yeah, like for instance, is he going to make a Reaper? This time, absolutely yes, and it got 3 kills, which is pretty darn significant, but he loses the Reaper, so at least there's that, right?
Yeah. It's you're a glass is half full guy, for sure. We have the Star Force.
This series is half over, guys. What I am, Tasteless. Oh wow, Concussive Shells is already
Instead of
done.
the series is half full.
It's half over.
Yeah. Okay, so the Marauders come up. It's chipped away at the Stalker, which has no more shields, and won't have that much time to try to regen that until the battery's done.
Hey, this might actually be going pretty well for Zest right now, right?
I think the fact that it's Widow Mines and he hasn't brought him out yet gives him a little bit more time, right?
Well, he was going to go for the Concussive Shell Cyclone push, right? But he lifted the racks and started flying it back. So this is kind of an interesting thing, right? He showed a Concussive Shell Marauder, and now he's going into a Widowmine drop. So Zest is coming out to check what's up.
Yeah.
Which is actually incredibly dangerous, because if he's sitting there with his Concussive Shell Marauders, you're screwed, right? Because you don't have your shield batteries. But at the same time, if you don't check and Maru is pulling a fast one on you, you might be screwed. And that is what Maru's doing here. He's pulling a bit of a fast one. But
okay.
Zest knows.
Hold on. The Stalkers are moving away.
Oh, no.
He's going to... get a shot of this. Okay, he's going to come in now. It's 3 Widow Mines. They will all get the burrow off. Oh, man. It's actually going to hit the Stalkers here. So one Stalker's taken out. And he does manage to save all 3. That was so well done. God, Maru's really good.
Yeah, he's all right. He's all right.
Yeah. So he gets in and gets back out.
Dude, he
gets to do these builds where he gets to have his cake and eat it.
Oh, for sure. It doesn't have calories, but it tastes better than any cake you've ever had.
Yeah. He's going to loop around now.
So
hold on.
My God. Look at this.
Oh, God.
He brings the drop over here, and right now, Liberator is going to the main base.
Now, we're getting a shot of this. All 3. Oh, my God. He tapped out. Dude.
My God.
Dude.
Zest, look at the look on Zest's face. He is not impressed right now.
I imagine he is pissed.
Well, he's practicing with basically the best Terrans in the world, right? That aren't still in the tournament. The next 3 best Terrans in the world are all helping him practice. He's down 0-3 in record time right now. This is...
Yeah.
And this guy, guys, he's only lost to Maru this year. He's 14-1 in DBTs this year.
It's crazy because you have... he's like rank 3 in WCS points.
Yeah.
Maru's rank 1. But when these 2 guys face off, it's like Zest cannot hold a candle to this guy.
Zest isn't fit to carry Maru's backpack at this point.
Yeah,
okay?
no kidding, yeah.
That's rough.
Zest is not fit to polish Maru's trophies.
He is one of the greatest Protoss of all time. This seems to be, like, Maru isn't this unbeatable. I think stylistically, he is like a Phillips head screwdriver, and Zest is a Phillips head screw. And the screw never does anything to the screwdriver, right? While the screwdriver can put in the screw, take out the screw, strip the screw, it can do basically anything it wants to the screw.
You are a poet, Artosis. Guys, Game 4 is going to go on Catalyst. Zest needs to win every game from here on out, or it is over. I spy with my little eye.
My God. This is where I'm going to take a flashlight and blink Morse code at Zest where the SCV is going. I want a good series! Look at this probe. He's just like, I know you're doing this.
doing it, man.
How frustrating must this be for Zest?
I feel like we're watching Maru do the same magic trick to Zest over and over.
Yeah.
And Zest cannot figure out where the quarter goes every time.
Yeah.
He's like, is this your card? And Zest is like,
My God.
oh, please. Okay.
Oh! You
Finally
watch.
found it.
That SCV will dance away so many times, and he'll be fine. Somehow. Because he chose this place, right? So that you'd have to walk around a lot. Okay. Maru cancels it.
He aborts.
And now Zest is like, okay.
Zest, okay.
We got this. We don't got
Zest's
this.
heart rate is up so high right now. Now he's not allowed to make the excuse if he loses that it was all down to the proxies. He did actually spot it this time.
Man.
Probe coming into the main. So the barracks obviously being slowed down because it had to be remade in the main means everything is going to come out more slowly here for Terran. Since you can't make the other buildings without making this one first. So tempo-wise, this is going to Zest, but I would, in all fairness, I feel like Maru is such a good player. I'm not going to call this for Zest yet. This is still something where I think Maru can navigate this to a win.
Well, do you remember that game where was it Sue? Sue scouted his proxy raxes and made him like cancel and stuff, and then you just beat him in a macro game, and I'm like, that's not right?
Yeah, no,
like,
I know what.
If you find the proxy, you're supposed to win. That's like part of the gentleman's agreement of StarCraft.
So Zest is coming down here. Looks like he wants to hide a... Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was going to hide a pylon down there. He's not at all. He was just checking for anything else that could be hidden outside. Being very thorough is Zest in this game.
Sorry, buddy. His Reaper was so slow because of his delayed barracks that you weren't able to kill that SCV.
So we have Twilight Council coming up here. By the way, quick reminder for everybody listening, we're doing the KSL finals later on today.
That's right.
So
4:30 p.m.
Yes, I think that's correct. So
like about 3 hours from now.
4:30 p.m. it starts?
I believe so. I believe so.
I thought it started. Okay, it does start at 4:30. All right,
I'm pretty sure.
So be sure to check that out if this is the last game. Quick reminder there. He does deny the SCV for making the command center, so things are looking good.
Yeah, what do you think about this Dark Shrine? We don't see DT builds very much at all, but if you're slowing this down, right, your opponent's trying to catch up, he's dropping all his mules. Is he going to have a scan?
Let's see.
Maru just happened to decide to Raven Rush this game for some reason.
Okay, one adept. Finally shades away, only to be stuck here inside the natural expansion area.
Yeah, the Dark Shrine's still making air. Looks like he does want to throw down a proxy pylon. Doesn't seem like Zest is going to take any damage coming up here too soon. There is a medevac on the way, as well as a Cyclone. Once those are out, he's going to have to play a little bit more carefully. Going into Blink now.
That Dark Shrine almost done. Pylon along with it. So we're going to have that warp in momentarily here. Here comes that Reaper. Quick check at the front of the base. Does not push it any further. Now with these units out on the map, that means there's going to be less to defend back at home. There's one Widow Mine.
Yeah.
So we only have one DT warping in here.
The DT could do some serious work. This drop is like a little bit scary.
Yeah.
But the DT is actually where the real potential for damage is.
It's coming in. The bunker is going to finish the moment this gets in here. And he is going to walk right through.
Yeah, as he should. Go right through.
Okay.
Oh,
wow. He walled that off.
Super fast. But still, he can do some serious damage with this still.
Now, seeing that DT is not all, you have to have enough units to actually kill it. Here comes that drop, though, over here in the main base. We don't see any stalkers back over here.
He's bringing them all up right now.
One DT goes down.
Yeah, the other one will be able to back out pretty easily. Now, look at this. He saved this Hellion to try to do this when all the units went up. Look at that. 7 probes falling.
Okay, this is still a ton of damage over here. It looks like he's even going to get this pylon.
Oh, my God.
That's so huge. Unpowering all that.
Who's powering everything?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
And this DT has basically been zoned in the corner. It's not really going to do anything anymore. With the Marines tank and Widow Mine there, you could shoot that down the moment it steps into vision.
And look at this now. Okay,
Damn.
Zest does have the worker advantage, which is nice, but when he lost that in control pylon, unable to make any units for a while, so there's no real threat of counterattack or anything like that.
Oh,
He's going to miss some rounds. Look at his bank go up.
Yeah. 650 minerals. And until that pylon is done, there's nothing else he can do. He's getting a Robo Bay to try to tech up along with this.
Oh, I love this.
That was sneaky.
He can get SCVs that go around the back mineral. It's amazing.
A Liberator comes in now.
Uh-oh.
A scan down here to take out that DT. Wow.
And
You
now,
know, Maru always just manages to get that little bit of extra damage out. Like, look at this. This is actually going to get to that corner.
I've never seen anyone abuse, like, units being slightly out of position as much as Maru. It's so crazy.
Because generally speaking, when we see a drop come in, if we see units there to protect against it, we say, okay, he should be fine. But he's actually so good at controlling it.
Well, yeah, and he's so, like, instantaneous with his harass. Like, we even saw in that, what was it, game 1? These games have been so fast, it's hard to even remember which one. But, like, the Stalkers moved to the left, chasing a medevac, and then he came in with 2 Banshees, got, like, 3 more kills instantaneously because the 2 Stalkers were out of position.
Yeah.
And it was like, what? Like,
yeah. No, it's funny.
It's like, yeah, you got my medevac, but I get 3 probes because you got it.
Now Zest is taking a third base. I feel like if Zest has solid late game, we're going to finally see him get into that area, because so many of these games have been so short that in some sense the Protoss has never been able to do what they practiced.
Yeah.
They've been so caught up in having to react and respond to everything that the Terran is throwing at them.
This game is really looking like it should go longer, right? Because
it seems like it.
Look at the upgrades, for instance. This is a great way to tell what people are doing. If you don't have stim yet, you're not moving out till stim is done. And then you look at stim and say, okay, so that's going to be finished before Maru attacks? Well, Zest's going to have a lot of gateways. His 1-1's going to be finishing. His charge is going to be finishing. He's going to be on 3 bases. Okay, we're hitting a real game.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, every game is real, I guess. Except the mine on ladder.
This is all a
other than
simulation,
that, I mean,
guys.
Yeah, no, this is a macro game is likely at this point, I would say.
Now, that being said, I don't really feel like the macro game is necessarily Zest's forte. In fact, I think traditionally we think of Maru as being the better player in that, until the recent shift in the meta where he's proxying every time.
Well, it's like Zest normally wants to kill people a little bit early. That's certainly that's not like a rush, but he wants to hit a ton of units. I think that we're going to hit exactly what Zest is good at, though, where it's like, okay, he's got some upgrades finishing up. He's got like 3 bases, good probe saturation. He's nailing his macro, and yeah, so, I mean, it's more doable than every other game that we've seen.
Okay, Terran is itching to come out now. Now, there was a bunch of gateways that just finished up, so the real momentum is actually coming out here from the Protoss macro. Keep in mind that there are actually spotters. There are spotters at both the available expansions that Terran could take. Oh, and actually, this is the timing.
Yeah. He is really pushing. He's got that stim now.
Maru's trying to end this right here, right now.
Yeah.
He's got all these SCVs pulled, and he's going to use that to soak damage.
Yeah, there's no splash for Zest, so that's very important to mention. The SCV is going to be tanking quite a bit. Let's see what this Raven
trying to get rid of that Raven. Hey, that was pretty sick.
Whoa.
It does get it shut off.
Yeah, it hits some Zealots and stuff, so that's pretty good.
Okay, here we go.
Oh my god, look at those mines trying to guard those tanks. They will connect with a lot of the Immortals.
They actually drew that tank fire really nicely.
Yeah.
And these Immortals are actually getting their shots off on the Marauders in the back. DT's being warped in with this.
All right.
Did Zest just hold this?
Well, let's see. I mean, that's a lot of Marauders still, but there is an Immortal in here, so I'm kind of feeling like,
Yeah. And look at the worker count, guys. It's 23 to 41. Maru sacrificed a ton there to try to do that damage, and if Zest holds this off, should be a pretty easy game for Zest to direct to a win. Even getting those medevacs, that's so good.
And any of these extra units as well is really nice. The one thing we can mention for Maru, Zest, and I think it was smart, canceled 2-2 when this attack was coming. So he just restarted it, and if you get 2-2 in this type of situation, the game's already over.
Okay, now there's been even more SCVs pulled here, so Maru's doing like the all-in after the all-in. I don't think this should work unless there's some real screw-ups in control here.
Yeah, the double Immortal is so insane. Look at that.
Sentry is so good.
He just warped in 7 sentries.
Yeah.
That's a lot of force fields for sure. Some good micro coming out of Zest here as well. Picks off yet another Marauder.
Beautifully handled here.
More SCVs
That's
coming
it.
up.
GG.
Yeah.
Zest
All
wins.
right.
Okay. It's happening.
About time. Zest.
Damn. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Zest spotted the proxy. He ferreted it out. Came in there. Started punishing the Terran. He took that lead. Kept a good macro game. Maru analyzed the situation and said, I need to take a risk. I need to do an all-in here.
Yeah.
Zest was cool and calculated as he held it off. And we're going to go into Game 5.
Yeah, that's something we haven't been able to say recently about Zest versus Maru. I'm excited, though.
Okay. Game 5 is going to come in a little bit, guys. We're going to go to a short break. Don't go away.
2018 GSL Season 3. This is Rock Shit. This is Rock Shit. This is Rock Shit.
Can I take
아프리카 TV에는 당신이 아는 것보다 다양한 인종이 살고 있죠. 말 많은 인종, 발 빠른 인종, 잘 먹는 인종, 영리한 인종, 친절한 인종까지. 모든 게 컨텐츠가 되고 누구나 주인공이 되는 세상. 알고 보면 멋진 세상.
Are you free? Africa TV.
Welcome back. We are here at the GSL Code S, and finally Zest has won a game. Now, was that a fluke, or is it the beginning of something amazing?
Well, I'm hoping that it's beginning of something amazing. You know, I don't want to see Maru just smash through everyone forever. I mean, there's definitely some charm to that, but hopefully Zest can take another map here and maybe give us a series. 16-bit, the next map. Definitely a big macro map. You get that kind of free back natural, but nothing's free against Maru, is it, Tasteless?
No. Let's also bear in mind, everybody, that Zest spotted the hidden barracks there from Maru, which completely changes the trajectory of the game. He denies the barracks, tempo going to Zest. Zest maintains that lead. Eventually gets the closer. Will he find the proxy this time around? Will there be a proxy this time around? These are the questions we got to ask ourselves, because so far, if Maru gets to start what he planned, Zest cannot stop it.
Seems that way. Let's see how this goes. 16-bit.
They were good consoles, the 16-bit ones.
They were the best consoles.
You know what was out the same time the 16-bit consoles came out?
What?
StarCraft 1. Wow. Beginning of an era, Artosis.
God roll.
All right, guys, we're going to go to Game 5, Maru versus Zest. Let's go.
Fight!
Okay.
Okay, so if we're not going to do Terran Creep, I have another idea.
Go ahead. Terran Pylons.
No. Oh, that's a good one, too, though.
Yeah.
I was thinking more leashes for the SCVs,
Yeah.
right? Where they are leashed to the command center. They can only go so far as your ramp for the first minute. What do you think about that?
I think that's a great idea, Artosis. Now, let's see. If first of all, Zest is going to try to sniff out the proxy at all.
That barracks is 100 years away from everything.
Yeah,
It would almost be closer to Zest's ramp if it was in Maru's base.
You know what's funny is, well, what happened in the last game, right? Last game, the barracks was pretty close, so it got denied. He's hiding it somewhere else, and it's also far enough away. It's just really unlikely the Protoss actually goes up there and checks. If the Protoss goes up there and checks and there wasn't a barracks there, you'd be kicking yourself.
Yeah.
Now, there's also 2 probes that have come out on the map.
Oh, gosh.
So what's the deal with this?
I don't know.
Is there perhaps a proxy of his own?
Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, my God. It could
this
be,
is cool.
Yeah, it could be something like a proxy void ray or something like that.
Yeah.
He is making a Zealot this time. And a little bit safe, a little bit careful. One of those Reaper jump-up spots. What you going to do, jump up there? I don't think so.
Damn, man. Well, I'm really excited by this because I think he's punching back with the same technique that was going to cause him to lose in the other games, right? Zest was losing to proxies, but Zest says he wants to play a game where they're both proxying each other.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this is going to be something that's been factored in for Maru. I don't think he's going to be looking for this, but keep in mind when this Reaper comes in, it's doing it right now, you do have the opportunity to check around and see if there's anything missing here. But the Reaper really hasn't gone down yet. It's mostly just been hitting workers.
Yeah, that's what it's really focusing on. And he didn't check everything yet.
Here we go.
It's like really important to just keep looking at.
Oh my god! Whoa!
God!
I don't think Shine caught it, but wait, I think there's an adept.
There's
stuck
an
in there.
adept stuck.
Wait.
Zest did not rally his gateway correctly,
Oh
so
my
it
God.
popped out on that side. This is one of the worst blunders you could ever make.
This is like we're watching a play and the main actor forgot their lines. Like, this is just, that is stuck there. That guy's in timeout.
You might want to recall that. Like, yeah, that's just stuck there.
Yeah.
My God. Okay, so this is Proxy Oracle, by the way.
Oh, God. My eyes.
It's so painful, tasteless.
Yes. Now the Oracle is about to come out.
It's going to do serious damage.
I think so. Now there's going to be 2 Widow Mines up, but they're actually pretty far away.
He's actually supply blocked for a moment. He's making a medevac. That's not a Viking, which means the mines have to clear it. He's just going to kill a lot of SCVs.
Okay. Despite that Adept being stuck, it's not a real factor right now. Now you can also basically try to avoid the mines. Oh! Okay. He's out of energy.
Still, 7 kills, 6 of which is SCVs, 1 of which is a mine, and you're forcing that mine to kind of sit back and play defensively. Wow, it's great. He's making a Nexus behind this, defending against this Reaper. Zest looking good this game.
Oh, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, if you just
now, he basically has this Oracle over here to spot for the other Oracle, so the second Oracle that was coming in won't just end up getting hit, and that was a great play. I was wondering if that was going to be an option to just run in there.
Yeah, it was,
and just take damage and sack the Oracle to get more damage and try to get more momentum over here. Oh, this is so funny. Look at this. He's using the medevac, or at least he was for a little bit, to try to juggle SCVs in and out.
Those were all super cool ideas that we saw, but Maru's defense a little bit too strong, so it doesn't get the value wanted out of that sacrificed Oracle. And now the mine drop is incoming. So it's very likely that he's going to lose some SCVs, I mean probes.
Okay. Good play here with the Phoenix. Forces that medevac to unload. Now, it should still be safe, but it's not doing the whole thing Maru wanted it to do. And look at this. He is actually still grazing right by that. Unbeknownst to him, that proxy gate is actually his natural. Now, he knows it's hidden somewhere on the map, but not right under his nose.
It's just kind of nice zoning going on by Zest here. Of course, Maru playing the defensive game there with the mines. The landed Viking attacks the starport that's making Phoenixes. I love it.
There's a lot of Widow Mines that are, I think, leapfrogging forward here. Okay, great tag there.
Yeah, he sees them. He needs 1 more Phoenix out to actually start the lifts. Otherwise, he'll eat a shot. Another 3 Widow Mines being picked up in the other medevac. 4 Widow Mines even. Oh my gosh.
So we're about to have a lot of Widow Mines coming in over here.
Oh, he's going to find it, though, with this Phoenix. That's really important.
Oh, he's going to try to target down the medevac. And the mines get out. Doesn't get the last pickup. Beautifully done.
Wow.
Wow.
Really well done.
But it's not done yet. A medevac coming in here. And it doesn't look like this is maybe not going to work at all, actually. Wow.
Yeah.
And now you can go ahead and get the, yeah. Okay, Zest is playing the defense of his life.
Great start here for Zest. And now he's got all these Phoenixes flying around. What does Maru have? He's just sitting on a ton of Widow Mines. That's basically it.
He's starting Blink. Meanwhile, Terran is starting Stim. And it looks like Zest, there he is. He's going to take his 3rd base now.
Yeah, it's definitely a smart move. The 3rd command center for Maru
by the way,
is going to be finishing pretty soon.
This was subtle. He microed the Viking down a little bit in the hopes that if any area that's came, they go right over this path of where the Widow Mines were hidden.
That's funny.
Okay. Whoa. Got to be careful. This is a little ambitious considering that there's nothing but mines here.
Yeah. Well, he knows where they are, and he's playing it pretty carefully.
He's tiptoed around it basically perfectly. Now another medevac's coming out on the map here.
Yeah.
Keep in mind we've already seen, 6 Widow Mines killed off, doing basically nothing.
Just the thing is, Maru still has a lot of potential here, right?
Right.
A lot of things have gone wrong, but he just needs things to go right with one of these drops. And then suddenly, Zest won't be able to recover economy-wise. What's keeping Zest really safe is, like, Maru's economy is still strong. It's still solid. But Maru doesn't have an army right now, so that's kind of what we're looking at. If he can catch up in either way, he's still going to be good to go.
He's doing a great job of baiting the shots out over. But there's another medevac coming in here. Okay, now there's no Phoenixes to pick this off, so if they get burrowed, then they're going to do their damage, and here we go!
My God. Whoa, things have gone wrong here. 7 probes and his sentries. That was a lot of damage.
I mean, he was looking for an opening and he finally got it.
Oh,
you're kidding
no.
me. We're actually turning around our chair, trying to get a look at what Zest's face looks
still
like
trying
right now.
hard. Okay, so worker counts right now about even. Army counts are getting closer. Taking a look at the upgrade. Oh my god.
You know, these mines are starting to stack up. It's got to be a scary moment here for Zest because things were going really well. Jeez, he's getting a lot of mines.
God, they build so fast. 16 mines have died already. 16. That's so much. Oh.
Okay, Phoenixes are going to try to catch that medevac. They do, taking it out. But there's 2 minefields set up over here. Oh my god. So close to just losing those Phoenixes right now.
Okay.
The Stalkers are going to come out. Now, again, I think on some level, I think Zest was not expecting mines to continue to be made. I know we were not. Thought eventually you'd transition out of this, but he's just going for it.
Yeah, he's made a lot. I think he's done now, finally.
Oh, man. Okay, hey, really good control. Really good reactions there. But he's not done yet. He's going to have to navigate this line for a while now. Okay. Nice, takes it out.
Yeah, and he can continually do this. Nice micro there, though.
Oh,
he's coming into the area where Maru actually has units.
Okay, he's going to try to advance in here. Keep in mind, there are some mines behind all this. Okay, so he sacks the Phoenixes into the mines. Oh
my god. So, yeah, the sack into the mines, that is an actual move where you try to draw mine fire over. I'm not sure if Maru retargeted there or he moved a little bit too slowly with the Phoenixes in and the Stalkers get targeted first, but it didn't do as much as what Zest was looking for. So that turned out to not be good, for sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm worried
suddenly
that
Maru's winning the game.
Yeah, Maru definitely ahead in supply and now has an army that's definitely more sophisticated than what Zest has gotten so far. Now, he's getting Immortals one at a time here. There's 5 gateways making, but I think there's going to be an opportunity right now for Maru to just try to push across the map and not even just go to third, but I think end the game. Generally speaking, if you only have Stalkers as Protoss, you're not doing well. Yeah.
He does not have the sophistication, I don't think, to hold this off. Like, we see he has 1 Sentry, 1 Immortal, then 8 Stalkers with Blink. This army's too strong. No way. You'd have 10 shield batteries and this is going to break you.
Okay, here we go. The attack's coming here from Maru. Zest needs to hold this off. Widowmine's connecting. The Immortal's gone. And Maru's going to continue to press in here. If he wins the fight here, he can take out the Robo, which means nothing to counter these Marauders.
And
GG.
Wow, Maru with his 3rd straight finals appearance here. But going up against possibly his toughest opponent yet in TY. Zest, I mean, he's had actually a very strong year overall. But Maru has been the thorn in his side.
Yeah.
Imagine for a moment, Tasis, if Maru didn't exist, we might be like, is Zest the best there's ever been? He could, could have maybe won that last GSL, win this GSL. I don't know. I'm just saying.
It's so insane that
if the world was different, the world would be
disparity
different.
in skill between these two guys when you consider, Zest is, such a crazy good Protoss, but Maru, pretty much manhandles him.
I think it's a stylistic type thing. I think that Maru, I mean, in these games, he makes Zest look like a noob, but I think they're actually closer in level than a lot of people would look at these games and assume.
We are going to go to that interview now. See how Maru's feeling.
시대입니다. 3연속 결승 진출을 이뤄낸 마루 선수 바로 만나보겠습니다.
We can call this the era of Maru. 3 consecutive wins. Congratulations. He says thank you.
정말 3연속 결승 진출 대단합니다. 먼저 소감 어떠신가요?
오늘
It's tremendous. 3 consecutive GSL finals. How do you feel? I didn't have that much confidence before we went into the games, but
와, 주성 선수에게 다시
by
한번
playing proxy barracks, I think
올라가게
it worked out, and I'm glad about it.
최초로 거둔 3연속 결승이고요. 공허의 유산 최다 결승 진출 기록까지 하나하나 쓰고
As a Terran, this is the first time we've seen someone in the 3 consecutive finals.
시간이 되시나요?
You've also had the most finals in Legacy of the Void now. How do you realize that?
실감은 좀 잘 안 나는데
네.
그래도 이렇게 결승 무대를 많이 밟다 보니까
Up until the last year, I didn't have very good performances, but this year,
좀 본좌라고 불러줬으면
I've got so much more experience. I think I'm really becoming a better player.
일단 그런 생각은 별로 안 해봤는데 그런 소리 들으면 제가 부담이 좀 많이 생겨가지고.
Oh, she asked about, are you going to be a champion a third time? He says no.
네. 조성주 선수는
I don't want to talk about it that much. I just want to wait until the finals happens. It makes me nervous, and I feel like I'll jinx it.
그것도 독하게 하는 거였고 와 예전에 밤과 운영도 독하게 하시더니 지루해도 마지막에 정말 독하게 쓰시네요.
You're not just a great player. Your play style is so severe. So intimidating, not just with the proxies as well, but you had that Widowmine game was very impressive as well.
계속 쓰게 된 것 같은데.
네.
남은 두 판은 정석.
So on 16-bit for Protoss,
이겨가지고.
it's better to be doing the Stargate build.
네, 사기가 딱 본인이 직접 이렇게 이야기하니까 재밌네요. 전태양 선수가 말하길 전진 병영으로 파생되는 빌드 한 100가지는 준비하고 있는 것 같다 이야기를 했었거든요. 조성주 선수도 오늘 이 전진 병영으로 심리전까지 또 다양하게 보여주셨던 것 같아요. 드림캐쳐에서 상대방의 보호막
Excuse me, he has hundreds of different ways to keep the game going, even if his proxies get spotted.
조성주 선수도 그렇게 이런 전진 병영 파생 빌드 한 100가지 정도 준비하고 계시나요?
What is your take on it? Do you have tons of different ways to keep the game going? Whether your proxy spotted or not?
와 다음 결승 무대가
He says I got more than 100 for sure.
전태양
I can
선수와의
keep the game
결승
going
무대에서 서로
pretty much no matter what, even if my proxy spotted.
어떻게 예상하세요?
솔직히 다 상관없는데 태양.
But I'm worried if I say that, Terran's gonna get nerfed.
많이 했었는데.
네.
So you're gonna face TY in the finals. What's your take on him?
도욱이 형이랑 머리.
Yeah, I had the mindset that as long as it's not TY, it should be fine. But I guess since I'm against TY, I'll have to see what I can do.
어떤 결승이 될지 참 기대가 되는데요.
I'm going to practice a lot with Cure.
계속해서 응원하고 계시는
and show some great games for that.
한 말씀 들려주시죠.
Any words to your fans?
이렇게 3연속으로 결승 올랐는데 꼭 우승하도록 하겠습니다.
네,
So it's going to be my third finals.
감사합니다.
I'm going to do my best to win it. Please cheer for me.
네, 2018년 GSL 마지막
That
시즌
does it.
마지막 결승 진출자.
Okay, well, a little bit anticlimactic this series, unfortunately. Of course, Neat TY was pretty sick, but
Artosis, this entire day was an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, well,
I don't even feel warmed up.
Yeah, Maru basically speedrunned it, but look, the finals is going to be amazing. Look at that.
Yes.
WESG, GSL, Asian Game, GSL.
He's won all the letter tournaments.
Yeah. So, I think that this is going to be really, truly amazing. By the way, look at this stat. First ever 3 consecutive finals.
As a Terran.
Yeah, as a Terran player. Like, of course, we were mentioning Sue has done this plenty of times. It's his old hat for Sue. But Maru looking for 3 wins in a row, which would just be wild. Going up against TY, though, I think without a doubt this is going to be the best finals we've had this year. The one against Stats was okay.
Yep.
But it felt like Maru was going to win it the whole time, right? The one against Zest was one of the most one-sided finals we've ever had. But this one against TY, they're both really, really fantastic in the TVT matchup, and they actually both play kind of similarly. So I think it's just going to be amazing.
TY versus Maru, that's what we get. We are very lucky to have a finals like that. By the way, this is our first TVT finals in 5 years.
Wow, it's been a long time,
crazy.
hasn't it?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, we were
time to
overdue for
nerf
this.
Terran, for sure.
Yeah.
It's very clear.
Cool. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. I'm sorry it was so short.
Yeah,
I wanted to be longer. I would have. But here's the thing: is like, in some ways, this makes it really exciting. Maru looks so strong. If TY can take him on, that would be great. Yeah. Also, the finals is going to be held here in our studio.
Yeah.
So if you want to show up early that day, if you're going to fly out here for that, get to the studio early because these things do fill up. It will fill up for sure, and you don't want to be one of these people that, whether you're in Korea or you're going to fly into Korea, you're just sitting outside on your cell phone watching.
That'd be very, very sad indeed.
Where everybody's having fun in here. So
the internet is fast in Korea, so you'll be able to watch on your cell phone outside, but that's not what you came for.
Yeah. That's a sad way for it to go down.
So yeah, that finals is going to be awesome, and after that, it's going to leave us with just Super Tournament left for GSL this year.
That's right.
And that's that. So we are wrapping up on StarCraft 2 right now. Don't forget, we have KSL finals in a couple hours.
That's right, starting at 4:30. You do not want to miss that. So we're actually going to just shoot out of the studio here and go to the KSL finals.
Yeah.
So do watch that. It's going to be Jaedong versus Last.
Yeah.
That's going to be dope.
That's the legend of StarCraft himself in Jaedong. Going to be a lot of fun. This is the admission guide that we have down at the bottom. Ticket
Yes.
distribution at noon. Audience admission at 3:30. And the seats are assigned in the order in which tickets are distributed. So definitely show up and get in line for those tickets. The finals is normally really packed. Even today is pretty packed.
Yeah.
But we'll have a lot more people here for the finals.
And we do have a limit on how many people we can let in, so nothing personal.
Well,
if you guys are tweeting us, please let me in. I'm like, I actually can't. The fire department will shut us down.
Had that happen before. Makes us feel bad.
Yeah, it's sad. Are we able to close it out now?
Yeah, I think we're pretty much done. I mean, that's it. We're almost done the last GSL of the year. Is Maru going to win 3? It's exciting.
It'll be crazy if he wins 3. But it's also really cool if TY can actually take him on. Because Maru's been dominating so hard in Korea. Someone needs to stop him.
Yeah, but still we're building towards this crazy thing, right? Like last year, Sue with all his final runs, right? And then he goes to BlizzCon finals and gets second again.
Yeah.
Wow. This year, it's like if Maru wins all of these in GSL and Sarah wins all the WCS and they play in the finals.
It's going to be so good.
After
GG, that, we have to end all of esports.
Well, at the GG, I think Earth just gets sucked into a black hole at that point, and that's it.
Oh, it's going to be so good. I think that's all the time we have, guys. We're going to be closing it out here, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you guys. And we will see you at the finals, and we'll also see you at GSL finals. We'll see you at the KSL finals later on today. We love you. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you are. Oh, I'm sorry. We still can't close it out.
We're going to talk for 15 minutes here at the end of the show, I guess?
This is
pretty
just
sick.
All right. Sorry. We still can't close it out. The Koreans are still talking.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. This is going to be a lot of fun, though.
Yeah.
StarCraft 2, man. It's so funny because we've been doing this show for about almost exactly 8 years, and it's like, it's crazy that this is the best year of StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
You know?
The game is just kind of in a better spot. We have like all these really developed storylines and personalities with the players, and the tournaments are pretty sick. No, we don't want to close it now.
Now, finally, we can close the show. Thank you, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
The good, the bad, the ugly, they all love me, but it's not the kind of game activated. There's a place at the end of the
road. 2018 GSL Season 3 Rock Shield.